We gonna start the episode off with the ugly husbands golfing? I'm good. So they gonna send they women off for a Mother's Day trip? Oh yeah, that's what I want. A weekend away with people I hate. Meanwhile, at the spa, Heather and Jen are meeting. And I have to say, Jen, this is a beautiful rental fur. Rental, but still nice. I ain't never done the hot tub in the snow thing. I'd only want to do it if I was up to my neck. I'm like, everything needs to be warm. Because that half in, half out, ooh, that'll chill you. So Heather gone asked Jen, what did you think about Meredith defending you? And she said, I was confused. I don't know what's confusing. Meredith said, look, y'all ain't being a good friend, be a good friend. I can't be that for her right now, but if y'all gonna act like a friend, then really be one. I agree with that statement. I may not fuck with you, but I'm like, don't mess over her, don't lie, don't be a piece of poop. And Heather gonna ask her, oh, well, aren't you invited to Seth's party on Saturday? No, of course not. Meredith has said 800 times, do not invite me if Jen's gonna be there. Why would Meredith invite Jen to her event? She's disengaged. So all talk turns to Meredith, and Jen says, well, you know what, if she wants to not hang out with me because of the accusation, okay. Heather says, but what's really odd is that Meredith is now being loyal to Mary and not to Lisa. But you weren't paying attention last season, Heather. Lisa wasn't being loyal to Meredith because she was running around trying to get up Jen's plot line. Then when it got too hot, she told Jen I'd rather not and decided to play Two-Face with Scary Mary. Now, Jen does have a point. Mary will disengage when she's called on her racial slurs and undertones. From her saying stuff about black people in front of 11 to the way certain people's eyes look. Heather said, yeah, you know, Mary said, well, look at what happens when you mess with my church. You go to jail. I sent Jesus after you, and the law too. Heather asked Jen, you think the heifer knew something about your situation? And also, how did they know that you were at Beauty Lab and Mary and Meredith just happened to not be on the scene? I think Mary and Meredith know more than they're telling. All right, Heather, plant those seeds. Oh, God, but now we have, I'm gonna wear the same dress every day of my life, Meredith frickin' Marks and her husband. Oh, Lord, the way he went in for that kiss. Oh. That kiss was worse than Richard Gere and Jodie Foster and Summersby. I mean, just no sexual chemistry at all. No wonder Brooks is gay. Oh, goodness, we getting to Seth's party this early in the episode? It must be boring. And who has a daytime party outside in the cold? I can't tell what the temperature is, but there's snow on the ground, so I don't trust it. Why did y'all waste money having a dancing girl in the pool that ain't nobody looking at? She ain't adding nothing. She gyrating though. She just out there, just a waste of $47. And if you paid any more, you got ripped off. Why is everybody so shocked Jen isn't there? She done said it 150 times. I'm going to disengage. She's standing up for her sissy, so she says. Everybody else shows up in somewhat nice cocktail attire, except for this bath mat Jenny has on. But why Lisa walk in some track pants and a tank top like she going to work out? Now Heather's upset because Lisa showed up and Meredith ain't giving her the third degree. Let them suss they shit out the way they need to. If they want to be fake, let them phone it. Child Mary show up and... What is this? What in the Beatrix Lestrange are you wearing? But the only person Mary talking to was the dog. I'm surprised the dog messing with her. She gonna say I'm ignoring Jenny because Jenny needs to be ignored. You're ignoring Jenny because you're prejudiced. I mean, if she don't like her own, I don't expect her to like others. Ooh, Meredith, you got too much filler. I mean, everything is just so puffy up here and nothing is moving. How did you feel about... Meredith Marks, you now have the official title of Honky. Honky! Honky. You really are gonna say the girls were coming at you in a way to attack rather than to educate. I could have said something culturally offensive. Okay, we all over 50. And you really gonna get out here and say something that obviously racist, that obviously prejudiced, that obviously xenophobic. And Meredith, you gonna try to make an excuse for her being called to the carpet? And they were gentle and ginger with her at first, but she doubled down. Meredith is a white apologist. The worst kind of liberal. And then they get to the re-gift, and Mary says, oh, well, Lisa is the one that told Jenny that the shoes weren't for her, and so that's when it became culturally insensitive. So now they got an issue with Lisa. Meredith said, now why would Lisa tell her that? Because Lisa is a shit starter and a plotline chaser and a bone carrier. Mary said she's jealous of our you and me must never part. You know, Mary, I've noticed Lisa giving tiny little digs and implications that I'm not a good person and little jabs like I'm not there for my friends. So we sing happy birthday to Seth and the men announce the trip and Jenny says, are we bringing Jen? Dewey says, that's a great question. We're going to let y'all argue about that. I'm going to go over here, get these hors d'oeuvres and get out of y'all hair. Child, he's sending you on that trip so he can audition second wives. Second wives, sister wives, whatever you want to call it. Oh, God, Mary, you in these cheap fingerless gloves. The men gonna say, well, Sharif is on our team, so we really can't not invite Jen. Honey, production's gonna force y'all together. Meredith Marks, you were seeing how powerless you are. If you really don't want to be around Jen, get off the show. And Jen, the only reason you putting effort into your marriage now is because Sharif's all you got. Jen, what arts and crafts project do you have on in this confessional? Oh God, it makes me want to barf. It looks like cheap candy spilled all over the floor mixed with used Christmas tinsel. Girl, but cut to Jen looking for new hovels. I don't know why she's even house hunting. She's got a new house, the big house. She gonna say my stuff and Coach Shaw's stuff won't fit in this closet. Your stuff is going to consignment. Your stuff. Oh, Lord. We're really gonna have a montage of Seth talking about Whitney's cleavage. I'm sorry, but I could definitely see them couples swinging. And I don't mean on a star. And especially with the rumor about Meredith munching Muff. I could definitely see Whitney getting down. You think Meredith would take Big Justin's Johnson? I could see it. I could definitely see them, getting that Utah Square dance on. Swing your partner, do-si-do, round the boudoir, to and fro. Lisa, you stole your sister's man and then married him? There's a special place in hell for you. That's why your kid's malnourished. That's sad. That makes me glad I don't have siblings, because, child, one of us would be in the ground. The ground. I don't play with my money, and I don't play with my man. I can forgive a whole bunch of other shit. But you play with my man, child, I'm fucking you up. I'm going to get his ass, but baby, I'm going to get you too. In that instance, I feel like the sister should be more loyal than the man, because you fam. So Heather gone asked Meredith, you never even thought about inviting Jen? Well, for Seth and I, it is very problematic, but I just don't know her behavior, and I need to disengage. Whitney says, is there something more to the story that we should know so we know what's going on? And Meredith's gonna put on her glasses. No, of course not. Well, I've said a lot already, and Jen is a woman in pain, so I just don't think I need to say anymore. So we all get on the bus to go to Zion. Same bus, same driver. They like, oh no, Jen, you will face the dragon. Okay, when did garbage bag material and cheap pleather become the new fabric du jour? Because Whitney and Jen got these ugly leather shorts on like Crystal's ugly leather pants. This ain't the look. So once again, Mary and Meredith ain't on the bus, but they got too much mess with everybody. Mary's got her isms, and Meredith just refuses to engage. And nobody on the bus can believe that Meredith hired a private investigator. She hired a private investigator because she was getting prank phone calls and wanted to know who it was and make sure she ain't have no stalker. She is famous. This was after season 1, and people are nutty boo. Jen said, I remember Lisa telling me back in Vegas they were looking for dirt to throw up in somebody's face if they got too slick. Well, Jen, you got too slick. However, Jen gonna call Lisa to the carpet and say, now hold on. How you gonna be friends with somebody who hires a private investigator, but you can't be friends with somebody who's accused of fraud? You know she did her shit. You guys are weak. You are not seeing what Meredith is doing. She's slandered my name. No, your actions slandered your name, Jen. If you weren't worried about twink marks, if you weren't ripping off the elderly and the infirmed, we wouldn't be thinking about you. We'd be looking at your odd little fashions. We'd be looking at your rental. We'd be looking at your husband. There's a one-up you've got on Kenya Moore. But then again, Kenya Moore is free. Now we've gotten back to Blamey Jen, where it's all Meredith's fault, where she's the one who's been attacked by Meredith, where she's the victim, where she's the one who needs help. Okay, girl, you do need help. It's not my fault she had an affair. Why are you bringing up her affair?
Lisa's like, I am not responsible for anything anyone else does other than myself.
But that's your friend. And, like, your friends and your mom ain't gonna be held responsible for your judgment. Oh, wait, they are because of restitutu. And your mother's throwing away her retirement on the fool's errand that are your legal fees.
Lisa says, look, Jen, I don't want to have this tension with you. I've had your back more than anyone in the group.
No, because when the story came out about my arrest, you wouldn't take my calls. You treat Meredith different than you treat me. She's like, meep, meep, the Muppet beeper or something. But girl, she already said, look, I've been friends with Meredith longer, so yeah, I'm going to be a little nicer than her. Whitney and Heather Bad Weather have just been quiet. Heather, why did you put this down on the farm-ass outfit on? This is not a reshoot of Hee Haw. You haven't held the same accountability than her. Oh my God. Girl, go to court and get your accountability. Worry about your accountability. You really wanted to get into it with Lisa, and Lisa really has had your back. This is why Meredith disengaged. Girl, Jen is just having a manic episode. Nobody even knows what she's talking about anymore. Girl, when Heather put them sunglasses on,
Lisa's like, I don't know what I'm agreeing to say. Say it or I'm out. What am I saying?
Yeah, Jen, that fear of jail getting to you. Isn't it just as bad as what Mary did? Talk to Mary like this. Oh, pushing one more fucking time. Come on. Ain't neither one of you gonna bust a grape. I guess Jen gotta get her prison bravado up, because you know, them girls, they like to tussle. Well, that was the shit, and I'ma see you soon for something.